Welcome to Pocket Stories for English Learning. Get ready for daily, captivating stories that supercharge your English skills with lively voiceovers, vivid images, and easy-to-follow subtitles. Keep an eye out for pop-up vocabulary tips and stick around for our recall section at the end. Let's jump into today's tale and make learning exciting.
Jake and Maria hadn't seen each other in over 15 years. They had grown up together in a small town, sharing countless childhood memories that still brought a smile to their faces. Now, both in their 30s, they had lost touch as life took them in different directions. But thanks to social media, they had recently reconnected and decided to meet up in their hometown for a walk down memory lane. They met at the old playground where they had spent so many carefree afternoons. The moment they saw each other, they hugged tightly, both feeling a rush of nostalgia. "Jake, I can't believe it's you," Maria exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "Maria, it's been way too long," Jake replied, smiling broadly. "You haven't changed a bit. Neither have you," Maria said, laughing. "Remember when we used to play on those swings for hours?" Jake chuckled. "How could I forget? We would try to see who could swing the highest. And that old oak tree over there? We used to climb it all the time." "Oh yes, and we had our secret hideout in its branches," Maria reminisced. "We thought we were so clever, hiding our treasure box filled with little trinkets and notes." "I wonder if it's still there," Jake said, walking towards the tree. They both climbed it, just like they used to, and to their surprise, the old wooden box was still wedged in the branches. "Look at this," Maria said, opening the box. Inside were faded photos, friendship bracelets, and scribbled notes. "This takes me back." Jake smiled warmly. "Life was so simple back then. No worries, no responsibilities." Maria nodded. "Yeah, just endless summer days, and our biggest concern was deciding which adventure to embark on next." They spent the next few hours walking around the neighborhood, pointing out places that held special memories. They passed by their old school, the small ice cream shop where they spent their allowances, and the pond where they used to fish. "Do you remember the time we tried to build a raft and sail across the pond?" Jake asked, laughing. Maria giggled. "How could I forget? We ended up falling in and getting soaked. Your mom was so mad because you tracked mud all through the house." "Good times," Jake said, shaking his head. "Things are so different now. Life is so busy." Maria sighed. "Tell me about it. I work long hours, and it feels like there's always something that needs to be done. Sometimes I wish I could just go back to those simple days." "Same here," Jake admitted. "But I guess that's part of growing up. We trade our carefree days for responsibilities and stress." "But we also gain so much," Maria pointed out. "I mean, I love my job, and I've met some amazing people. And it's moments like this reconnecting with you that make it all worthwhile." "You're right," Jake said thoughtfully. "It's easy to get caught up in the daily grind and forget about the good things. But remembering our childhood reminds me of the importance of friendship and making time for the things that matter." They sat on a bench watching the sunset. "I'm glad we did this," Maria said softly. "It's good to remember where we came from and the people who shaped us." Jake nodded. "Absolutely. And it's a reminder that no matter how much time passes, true friends will always find their way back to each other." As they sat there, basking in the glow of their memories and the warmth of their renewed friendship, they both felt a sense of peace and gratitude. Life had changed, but the bond they shared remained as strong as ever.
Welcome back. It's time for our next round of vocabulary and expressions. Important words. Let's start with nostalgia, which means a sentimental longing for the past. For example, she felt a wave of nostalgia when she saw her old school photos. Carefree describes being without worries or responsibilities. Think, they enjoyed a carefree summer vacation at the beach. Hideout refers to a secret place used for hiding. Like, they had a secret hideout in the woods where they used to play. Trinkets are small items of little value. For instance, she collected trinkets from her travels around the world. Allowance is money given regularly to children by their parents. Imagine, he saved his allowance to buy a new toy. Responsibilities are duties or tasks that one is required or expected to carry out. For example, her responsibilities at work include managing the team and overseeing projects. Memories are recollections of past events, like the old house was filled with memories of their childhood. Reconnect means to reestablish a bond or relationship after a period of separation. Think, they were excited to reconnect after several years apart. Friendship is the state of being friends. For instance, their friendship grew stronger over the years. Renewed means revived or reestablished, like they felt a renewed sense of purpose after the trip. Next, let's go over our phrasal verbs. Take back means to remember or remind oneself of a past time. For example, the old song took her back to her teenage years. Catch up refers to reconnecting and updating each other on recent events, like let's catch up over coffee this weekend. Point out means to identify or bring attention to something. For instance, she pointed out the mistakes in the report. Pass by means to go past something. Think, the car passed by the old bookstore. Track mud refers to bringing dirt into a place by walking through it. For example, please wipe your feet so you don't track mud into the house. Finally, let's look at our idioms. Walk down memory lane means to recall pleasant memories. For example, they took a walk down memory lane by looking through old photo albums. Rush of nostalgia describes a strong feeling of longing for the past. Like seeing the old playground brought a rush of nostalgia. Lost touch means to lose contact or communication with someone. For instance, they had lost touch over the years but recently reconnected. Make time means to find or allocate time for something. Think, she made time for her hobbies despite her busy schedule.
Thanks for joining us on this fun language adventure. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Pocket Stories for English Learning. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily fix of stories and vocabulary boosts. Hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. For the episode transcription, click the link in the description to download it as a PDF. Catch you in the next episode with another exciting tale. Happy learning.